So before, this may be a little bit TMI, but before I hop in the shower, I got a cool video for you guys that popped up in my algorithm. I want to give a shout out to the channel is called Law of Attraction Club, but you'll see it on screen. I just want to say real quick, Law of Attraction Club, you know, if you're this goes for anybody with any of the content I've watched in the past. If you personally want me to take down my video or anything like that, I have no problem doing that. I just like to do this and, you know, give my commentary over videos. I just enjoy doing it. I like watching videos along with everyone. And yeah, that's it. Let's go. Let's get into this. Also, forgive me, you guys. I'm getting back in the swing of things, coming back, you know, and finally, I guess, like settling back into being lunar. There was a lot I had to do to. I was reevaluating this what I've created. You know, let's just, for in simplest terms, but. Today it is 5 a.m. and yeah, I have been up the whole time. I've been just, I finished a workout a little bit ago, and then I said, you know what, now it's just time to shoot. And yeah, man, you know me, my ungodly work ethic and probably unhealthy sleeping habits right now. But it's all right. We'll get them on track. This video right here is Israel Adesanya's UFC champion, Law of Attraction and manifesting success. And then in parentheses, motivational. I just want to say real quick to the creator of the channel, Law of Attraction Club. My throat's also going, so I actually don't know how much I'm going to be able to shoot. I absolutely love channels like this for a number of reasons. And give me 1 second. Channels like this, actually, because I see how you do it. I'm pretty sure you put clips and stuff together of them, like clips of them talking about it. Love that. That stuff is cool. You know, yeah, it's just cool to like collect the clips of like, you know, podcast moments or whenever they talk about it, and like to just share the knowledge. Because one thing, like, I feel sometimes is when you get into, like, the metaphysical and stuff, and I'm sure you guys have seen it if you're familiar with my channel, you start to burn out a bit depending on who you are. Like, I still feel like I'm meant for it. Like, even in any conversation that comes up, it's just meant for me. Just it's like who I am. I'll always end up talking about something metaphysical at the end of the day. And that's why I chose to want to watch this video right here along with y'all, because, you know, Israel Adesanya is one of the coolest people I've seen ever talk about like the law of attraction and stuff. And just my boy and I relate with him a lot, and the things he says, they're things I've said before, and it's just like, you know, I've got my own experiences that I want to share and talk about throughout the video while we watch it, because this just it's like, you know, one thing I say, whether you believe the law of attraction or you don't believe in it, it's always working, because at simplest form, it's the law of cause and effect. So it's always working in the background, whether you're aware of it or not. It's always happening. You know, your thoughts, your actions, your behaviors, what you visualize, you know, especially the imagination, because it's the most powerful thing. It's literally your God mind. It's like whatever you're letting go on in there, it's actively creating your life. And because this reality is so physical and we're so programmed to not think this way, and we lost a lot of the old ways of thinking and all that, and everything you know, evolution being thrown at your face so fast, you kind of miss this information. But again, you know, as some say, as the frequency rises or new things come into consciousness, this information starts to make its way around again, because it's almost like, another thing people have said is the planet is waking up. But yeah, it's the overall, we are all things in nature. So it's like, it's just the overall consciousness raises and then it comes back around. But still, even with videos like this and channels like this, it's like, I see this dude has 29,000 subscribers and he's got 7K views, or he or she, I don't know, but on this video. And why I love videos like this and channels like this, and I say, like, even this is even referencing my burnout, is, you know, I don't know if they have the same sort of feelings I have on this, but the reason I'm always talking about the law of attraction, manifesting and mastering your mind, is just because I've experienced it, man. I'm experiencing it all the time, like, and it's just like, out of all that 20K, man, it's like, we're doing this for that one person that may get it. And it's funny because, look, actually, I have it paused right here. But for that one person that may actually get it and realize, dude, and really, anyways, without that said, let's just get into the video. So I put it at 1.1 speed, but I think we should be all right. Also, sorry for the long intro. I'm a little bit tired because, yeah, I haven't been to sleep, but overall, I think you are going to pick up on the frequency of what I mean, what I'm saying.
You did it! UFC middleweight champion of the world, Israel, the world
People, Earth, I need to say something. Listen to me. I hope every one of you behind the screens or in this arena can feel this level of happiness just one time in your life. But guess what? You will never feel this level of happiness if you don't go for something in your own life. When they knock you down, when they try and on you, when they talk about you, and they try to put their foot on your neck, if you stay down, you will never ever get that resolve. Fortify your mind and feel this level of happiness as you rise.
Do you realize that you're a star?
Yeah, I always knew so.
Oh, dude. Only one thing I'll say. Because I stopped to like record this.
I knew I was.
Did you put in this music, bro? This track. I'm not messing with this track, man. I mean, you know, to each their own, but I would not have put this music in.
Gonna be regular. I just knew like I was gonna be great at something.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was, but I knew I was gonna be great at something. I just knew. Even when I was working my last job, I'm grateful for it because it showed me what I didn't want in life. I just knew this isn't for me.
And what is that? Is that self-belief that gets you there?
I'll slow it down a little bit.
You there, or is that so? Is it you believing that you're going to be great that got you there, or is it because you were innately destined to be great? I'm trying to figure out if it's something that one.
What came first, the chicken or the egg?
Yeah.
There's levels. There's people like us. We're crazy.
And I like that he said that there's levels, and we're gonna see what he goes on to say. But to me, yeah, when you start to get into a lot of this knowledge and realize, like, it depends on what you believe in, but to be honest, if you're someone who's already looking into the law of attraction, you're already starting to go down the road where you realize it's simultaneously both. So it can literally be you're born destined for this because, like Buddha in the 1,000 lives or the 1,000 reincarnations of Buddha, it's like, well, you keep going through each lifetime, you know, retaining everything that you had. Your memory just gets wiped, depending on what y'all believe in. But if you believe in reincarnation and you believe in these things, then in every life, if you're working out all of the stuff in your mind to be great or be quote unquote what you would determine, or, you know, because see, even that right there is like such a subjective thing. It's like, you know, if someone doesn't like the MMA or doesn't, you know, even, you know, like the UFC, whatever, wouldn't see as what Adesanya accomplished in his life as great. And that's the whole thing with it. It should only matter to him. It doesn't really matter what anybody else thinks. And that's the same to you, is whatever you deem to be great is the most important thing at the end of the day. Like, not me, not anyone, not your parents. And the closest to you sometimes, but it's really you versus you at the end of the day. So it should be what you really deem as great. But at the end of the day, it's like, if you believe in reincarnation, then it's almost like you're coming back again and again to relive lives and perfect them. So it's almost like you can be destined to be great because of just the lives and all the work you've done over every life, or the belief in yourself that you will be great. It's it's like, yeah, the chicken and the egg, but when you really get into metaphysics, you kind of realize it's simultaneously both. And that's like with everything. It's like, it's literally, it's funny when like shows get those two characters that sound very like enigmatic, but like they're like, oh, it's this and it's that, it's here, neither there, and they talk like that. It's literally, that's what you start to realize when you do this research your own. It's like, that's what it is. You're neither here nor there, but also here and there. It's like, and it's like, what's funny about like talking to that? I'm realizing that like you could really troll someone all day long if you know this knowledge, but it truly is like that. So
Crazy in the sense that we believe it's almost delusional sometimes.
Yes.
You have, like, what's the one? I've heard this quote on the JRE before. It's like, greatness and madness are next door neighbors, and they just borrow each other's sugar once in a while. You know what I mean? So there's a point, like, I've used the story of me when I drive this beat up Honda, and I'd shift the gear stick, and I'd just do this.
Boom. And what he's going on to explain right here is the visualization process, and literally bringing all the senses into it in your mind. So he's convincing his subconscious mind of this by making a conscious effort to use his imagination. So he's already attracting it. And man, this is like, textbook, like doing it. It's like, it's so hard to explain to people who have been trained. And it's like, that's why I say, again, to the Law of Attraction channel, like, good on you for making these videos, because it's almost like you're not forcing anybody. Well, no one should ever do that, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, you're not trying to actually put it, but you're trying to spread it and see, because you could be the cause for someone, shifting their life around. But it is truly basic. It's like so basic, but it's just people's programming, man. I'm coming a little bit from like a personal thing, so I'm not trying to say it, but yeah, I'm just saying, dude, it's so simple. It's like crazy. And it's crazy when you see it and you start to snowball with this stuff you start to attract in your life. You get this like snowball effect.
It was madness. It was me preparing for having a sports car, paddle shifts. So I'd shift 3 and gear 4, boom. And when I dropped down, same thing. Just like I was getting ready. I can manifest like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I feel him. The apartment I'm in right now that you're looking at, I visualized the kitchen. I always like little islands like this in the kitchen. I visualized walking through it. I visualized being able to have like a deck, a patio, whatever. Like I visualized everything. I visualized the neighbors. I get so in depth and so in the feeling, and it was crazy because I got so confident and convinced myself that it would be done that, dude, I like even fell asleep watching drive-throughs of the city I'm in now, and I would picture that would be me driving through the city, and I actually fell asleep and brought it into my dream in like a lucid state, into like the astral plane, and friggin' seen it. Just I was there, and yeah, and we're here now. Like, it's just like, man, I've given so many examples on the channel too. It's just like,
do you believe in it in the metaphysical sense? You believe
100%. Everything comes from the imagination. Everything comes from before this microphone was a microphone, someone somehow thought about it. How can I speak into something that would amplify my voice and blah 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 blah, and then this came out of it, and it's evolved over the years. But everything comes from the imagination. So the power of the mind, people don't understand. We still don't understand. I still don't understand how powerful it is. I'm still learning. But I know one thing is, I can make things happen. I can go into levels I just can't tell the world, but like there's levels that like I've manifested.
Yeah, yeah. What he says there is kind of like why I said on this channel I'm gonna like take certain videos off that I've done in the past, because there's certain things you start to just hit and it's like you don't even want to speak about
Things
it.
that I'm just like, I still shock myself, like how the fuck did I make that happen?
Yeah.
And this is not even to do with fighting, this is to do with my personal life. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I made that happen. And this is through this like manifesting subconsciously as well. Just years of something just manifesting, and boom, it's right there. I'm just like, shit, I really made that happen. It's scary, man. It's scary for me to even think about.
I reflect on that and almost view it like getting in your car in the morning. When you get in the car in the morning, you set the sat nav, but then you've also got to drive. You've also got to go to training.
Yeah.
If you just set the sat nav, where you're going to be?
Sitting in the car.
Sitting in the fucking
so you
car.
can sit there and make all these dreams and manifest, but you have to work.
And what happens
for
if you
your
just
dreams to
drive?
work. If you drive,
And with no sat nav,
you don't know where you're going. You're lost. You know what I mean? You have no direction. So for me, I felt like both of them together. When you have the vision and you're able to manifest, but then you also put the work in, magic happens, man. Magic. That's where the magic is. But a lot of people never get there. Unfortunately, a lot of people. We're blessed that we can dream.
Amen.
We're blessed that we can dream. That's one thing I've realized, because a lot of people, even from the impoverished parts of London, would be lucky to have my old job. You know, from where I'm from Nigeria, a lot of people will be blessed to have my old job, and they'll be like, yo, I have a great job, I can send money back home, this and that. But yeah, I just had bigger dreams. I just knew what I wanted. So I feel like I'm spoiled that I can dream the way I do, and I can manifest the way I do. So I never take it for granted, and I realize the position I'm in. I'm privileged. I'm very privileged.
I read a quote about immigrants, specifically from Nigeria, and it said our parents' role was to try and figure out survival, and we're here sat blessed with the task of self-actualization, which is like figuring out meaning.
Yeah.
And they said, what a beautiful thing that is.
Yeah. They're just trying to survive or find a way, the next way to thrive.
And to
We're out here
educate
trying
you.
to see like,
That's actually crazy. That's actually crazy. Wow. That's actually wild that, but see, again, like, even like that's cool, but that just puts a limit on them. They should actualize as well. Of course, a lot of our parents have been, they're not really to blame with all of this that they've grown up in, but they're like, there's people I've connected with that are years older, like 40s, 50s, that are conscious, and they know what's up. Like, so it's like it kind of changed form. It's like we're still doing the self-actualization. Well, he's talking about, like, I'm assuming they're both from Nigeria. I don't know, but I feel like it's still the same to this day, because yeah, when you start studying the metaphysics and everything that has been figured out about this place has been done. So it's like you're really here to know yourself, to know thyself. It's still the same thing. And that's why everyone talks about the Egyptians saying it. I reference it all the time, but that's why they were telling you, know thyself, because it's the most important work, because it's literally the only work. So technically, like, it should be anybody. But I get, I'm not trying to nitpick the quote, but
What's meaning and
it's like, nah, we're not tasked with that. Like, everyone is tasked with knowing yourself and what meaning is for you.
exactly.
I did my walkout.
And truthfully, nothing in this has meaning. Like, I'm not really attached to my phone and stuff. For me, this could break and it would never matter. I wouldn't really care. But for someone else, this iPhone could break, and that absolutely break their heart because of the meaning that they give it. So technically, you're really just finding your own meaning, and that's it, which your parents should do too. Honestly, everyone should be finding their own meaning. Or what's the purpose of this, right?
Practiced it before I went out to fight. So I went there to watch my teammates fight early on. And while the arena was empty, they were setting up. I was like, I want to practice my walk.
One sec, I was sitting in an uncomfortable position right there. Oh, All right, I'm all good. I'm all good.
Out. So I walked in the arena and I visualized everything. I visualized the people, the security, the fans, visualized just everything, the camera crew, because they were there setting up as well. And that made me get comfortable. So that way, when I have to go out into the arena, I'm not spooked. I did it the same thing when I fought Robert the first time. Before I did the dance, I practiced that dance the night before.
But you gotta be spooked. You're not scared of fighting. You should be fighting.
Nervous. I like a little bit of nerves. It's good fire. It's good.
It's good. It's good. It's
Yeah,
good emotion.
but I wanted to be comfortable in the arena. You know what I mean? Comfortable in the space. So that really helped. But
I came here with my crew and we rehearsed the entrance, and I did it probably about 4 times or 5 times, and I did the whole walkout and I visualized everything, and I did the whole prep point thing, and I stepped.
By the way, trying to be as transformative as I can, but I want to not pause the video too much. I want to let it play out because he's talking about the visualization process, and honestly, this is the most important part, to be training every day to do with your mind, even when it's little things, man. Like, you should be strengthening your imagination every day.
In the cage, and I claimed the space, and I did that about 4 or 5 times, and I also did the win, the victory, like just visualizing it, and I imagined the whole place lit up with people and loud cheerings and boos and people by the side, what they're saying to you, and just practicing it. And amazingly, when I got to the prep point again before the walkout, it just felt even more deja. There's levels to this shit, man. It just felt like, man, I just did this shit yesterday.
Whoa, sounded like what?
People by the side, what they're saying to you, and just practicing it. And amazingly, when I got to the prep point again before the walkout, it just felt even more deja. There's levels to this shit, man. It just felt like, man.
Wait, what?
And before the walkout, it just felt even more deja. There's levels to this shit.
No, he didn't say dangerous. He was about to say deja vu.
Before the walkout, it just felt even more deja. There's levels to this shit, man.
He was about to say deja vu.
Just felt like, man,
because
I just did this shit yesterday.
Well, I'm not gonna say 100%, but I'm pretty sure he was about to say deja vu, because when you visualize it and then it ends up happening, you get deja vu sometimes. So it wasn't dangerous,
which I did. So I was so relaxed. You saw me doing the Carlton when he was coming out. That was a nice song. I like that track. I was relaxed, and I could just see he was too tense. But some people like to be that way when they fight. That's cool. I just like to flow. I like to have fun with it. I mean, a lot of people, this is their goal. They're like, I want to become the UFC champion. They get it done, and then what happens after in their next fight? They lose it, or they lose track of what really matters.
I can't be leaning like that.
It's harder to stay champ than it is to be champ. This is most people's, like, they've clocked the game, and then you see a lot of people just fall off after this. Then they don't have that because they've done it. They've done what they wanted to do, what they set out to do. I've done one thing that I set out to do, which is become the UFC champion. Now it's about defending that actively, not like fight twice a year. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people just expect it's different. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run my own legacy, not like anyone else or compared to anyone else. I'm gonna run my own legacy and, and what are you gonna carve my own way.
Yep.
But I know for a fact I'm the best in the world. I've said this before over and over again until it's just tiring. I said it before I even got in the UFC. I feel like the best. I know I'm the best, but no one's listening, and I didn't care. Fuck the rest. I just had to do me. So, again, what are they gonna say now? Wait till he fights. Wait till he fights. And go on their fucking phones and talk shit. And some of you might as well. But hey, guess what? I'm proving myself right. I don't have to prove you wrong. I'm proving myself right every fucking time. Thing is, my brain wants to move forward because I did it in kickboxing because I was undefeated for so.
I love what he's saying, because I shared the John Jones one a little bit before, and one thing he said that is just really amazing to me, and I try to make it's not amazing, but it's simple. It's like not amazing, but it's like the common shit I already know, but I say it's amazing because it's amazingly funny how people don't get that you exist in your own head, so you should be talking to yourself like this. 100%. It is not ego. The thing is ego, and you can tell when someone's ego, power tripping, whatever. You should talk like this. I talk like this. Because mostly if you observe your thoughts all day, just go a day with observing your thoughts, 9 times out of 10, people are thinking more negative than positive. So even if he didn't become the world champ, whatever, everything, it didn't matter. At least at the end of the day, he had that love, that respect, and proved proving himself right. But people cannot conceptualize this, bro. And it's just it's like, at least the other end, I don't really experience it, but what you see, you know, because you still are here having a human experience. One half of the human experience are miserable motherfuckers, bro. Like, I'm doing me vibing, just making reaction videos, bro. I've seen someone comment can't wait to see you back at a freaking can't wait to see you back at a like a McDonald's or a fast food place, because we don't need any more reactors on the platform, something, working your little whatever. Funny enough, and this isn't to brag, like I said, because then this would be ego, but while I'm actually out here attracting opportunities that wouldn't even have me go back to some little, like, and I never did, first of all. You'll never catch me at a McDonald's. It's just, I think too highly of myself, and I attract too highly of myself. That's just the stupidest shit in the world. But you see what I'm saying is, people, I don't ever feel a crazy personal way. I feel like compassion. I feel like bad, like, but in a like, you know, like, I literally think compassion. I feel for this person because I'm like, yo, I know for a fact you either weren't taught or you don't like yourself. You do not like yourself. That's it. You are miserable in your own mind. And I've realized that I have to remove myself, because that's where your ego wants to defend itself. Is like, someone says this and you want to respond. You want to be like, and you know, I've grown up pretty good on handling reactions. Light, literally reaction YouTuber, but light. It's light. You know, shit like that doesn't even bother me. I've had way worse shit said. But what I've come to realize is just like, it's just like, you have to remove yourself more and more from them situations, because that person is fighting themselves, because they can't go out and they can't bring their mind to love themselves. They feel like it's got to be some external thing. They can't find what they're passionate about. So when they see someone else doing what they like, they got to shit on it. And of course, there's critiquing and all things like that, but that's not what we're talking about. We are talking about specifically people who just literally comment to just be the one who's trying to disrupt your energy. It just comes with the territory.
I was like, all right, cool, what's next? I'll watch the fight maybe once, study it, all right, what's next? But now I have to, like, chill, relax, look at the tape, look at what you've done, and then soak it in, smell the roses for a little bit, and then move on. Because once I had my first loss, I took winning for granted, because it was just a habit. I was always winning, always winning, always winning. So now I have to, like, when you win, when you do something amazing, like I did in Atlanta, like I did in Melbourne, just chill, smell the roses, and then move forward. Every time I've said something, I said I'm the UFC middleweight champion from my UFC debut. You just don't know it yet. I did that from my UFC debut, and I did. Before my UFC debut, I said I was going to fight Robert Whittaker for this belt in 2019, and I did. I said I'm going to beat John Jones, 2021, Raider Stadium, International Fight Week, and I will. Every single time I say something, I always find a way. There's a method to my madness. I put it out there in front of the world, so that way I do everything in my power. My subconscious does everything in its power to make it happen. If not, then I have to eat my words, and I don't like doing that, you know? So I make them eat their words every single time. Well, to G myself up sometimes, if you ever feel, you know, down, sometimes you look at yourself and you give yourself positive affirmations. That was something I used to do every morning. But also therapy. After my first UFC fight, like straight after I got home, I was like, I need to go see someone about this.
No way, really?
Yeah. I mean, like, think about it like coffee. You know, if you drink coffee, right, you get a coffee high, and then you crash. So it's like after my first UFC fight, UFC 221 in Perth, it was just a lot of stimulus, a lot of people coming at you. And then when I was finally home alone with my own thoughts, I was just like, it was like a crash. It was like I was sad, and I was sad for like a week, and I was like, why am I sad? I just made my UFC debut in spectacular fashion, made $50K bonus. And I realized this isn't really normal, so I sought the help that I needed to help me adjust to the life. And it wasn't until my fourth UFC fight, that was in New York, MSG, that I felt like after I got back, I was able to integrate back into like my own life properly without being in a low.
That's badass. Everything he said there is so clean.
I might say not everyone is mentally ill, but if you don't look after your mental health, just like if you don't look after your physical health,
right,
you're gonna get physically ill. So you have to be on top of it.
Life is tough, man. So yeah, it's good to go through those kind of situations, because, and I tell those kids, don't worry, because a lot of them, they think this is how life is gonna be forever. This is it. And I remember being that kid. So if I could go back and tell myself anything, is just keep going, because eventually, you're not gonna peak in high school. They will. I go back to the town that I was at then, and I see a lot of them now. Because even in my brain, when I think about those situations, I see them still as bigger than me. But when I go back, I'm towering over them. I like to be with my own thoughts. A lot of people don't like to be with their own thoughts because they don't like what's happening up here.
Yep.
But you have to face yourself so you can learn how to beat yourself in a way. So yeah, if I can conquer myself, I can conquer anyone. So yeah, this is a part of not just my training, but just life in general, learning how.
Bro, he's spitting. He's
to just be alone with my own thoughts, and
I'm gonna just let it
enjoy
run
my
out.
own company. Because yeah, I mean, how can you love someone if you don't love yourself? When they see me shining and they see how I'm working, they're like, you know why I recognize jealousy in other people? I used to be that guy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say hate everyone, but there was one of my friends, I saw my Instagram story, who I was jealous of because he was working in the mines, getting like $2,500 a week. And he was telling me, this is when I just moved to Auckland. He was telling me, come through, get some work. I'll look after, I'll make sure you get this job and get on the same pay as me. And after a while, I realized I stopped like fucking with him or like texting him back. And I didn't realize, I was like, wait, why am I jealous? And I realized it's nothing to do with him. He's not taking anything away from me.
Yeah.
You know? So once I identify the monster, I can kill it. And now when I see it in other people, it's so easy to smell. I remember, for me, I just knew I had to go to that place, and that's what my coach said. Go to that place, embrace the darkness, go numb. And I looked across the cage from him, and I said, "You'll never beat me. I'm willing to die." And I meant that. Like, if this is how I go out, this is how I go out. And I put left foot down, foot on the pedal, and even when I watched the fight again, I get sweaty palms, my heart's racing, I feel the emotions, and I was surprised, like the pace I put after doing what I did for already 20 minutes. The pace I put on him in that 5th round, that's some shit that I don't want to toot my own horn, but man, that's legendary shit.
And so the last style bender, that's based on what?
It's based off a TV show I watched, The Avatar. It's a Nickelodeon show.
Okay.
And Aang, the main character, he had to realize his destiny as the Avatar by mastering all the 4 elements, which is water, earth, fire, and air, to realize his destiny. And for me, in this realm, I have to realize my destiny as the Avatar by mastering all the elements of martial arts. So a lot of stuff in that show as well kind of correlates with my life with different characters. So like they say, what, rising tides
lift all boats.
Exactly. So right now, after doing this, I can't wait till I'm leaving New York City, going back home. When I go home and I show my teammates this and they can see this, it's like the 4-minute mile. I heard within the first year when it was broken, 4 other people completed it. So now they can see this is real. That, oh shit, and they know me. They know I'm a piece of shit. Like a lot of times, I fuck up. I'm late. I show up. I work. Don't get me wrong, but like I'm like Naruto. I'm a very eclectic student. But then for me to have this, they'll be like, man, if he can get that, then I can step my game up as well. So I'm hoping I just inspire my team.
That's what's up.
Yeah, let's get this.
That's what's up. I feel like, am I like missing part of the video? No, I don't think I am. I don't know, it was feeling a little bit weird there. There you go, Adesanya. And my recording hit 333 when I looked at that. Well, like, way long. Well, yeah. Yeah, man. That video was sick. Shout out to the Law of Attraction Club. Dude, good video. The music you started using at the end, solid. The music in the beginning, I was like, what the hell? But in all honesty, yeah, man. Yeah, this it's real, man. I can't say anything more than that. It's just, and it's real based off experience. Like, you know, honestly, like motherfuckers gotta get out of the habit of thinking things are a theory, bro. It's like this shit is getting proven now with quantum physics, or like they're coming out trying to explain how it works. But honestly, that's the magic of it, is like, having your own understanding of it, and not have them find a way to be able to monetize and tell you how it is, even though people have been doing this already. But it's just like, I think the magic of this, of it like being reality, being like all this one big dream, is the fact that it's like you're the dreamer, and screw what the fuck anybody else is trying to say in this dream. Man, once you understand this, go for the gusto, go hard. Alrighty, I'm out of here. My throat is sounding torn up, but might have to give it some rest. We'll see. Alright, see y'all later. Peace. All that good stuff. Go show law of attraction support. Subscribe if you want more. Put things down below that you want me to react to. I do not mind. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.